finding someone with all your
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to talk about bearded dragon myths, things that people tend to say about bearded dragons that really aren't true. I have seen and heard of a lot of these. Some of them I didn't because I had to Google some of them as well, and I thought it was kind of crazy, a lot of them, but a lot of them are what you would think common sense, but they actually don't do those things, or whatever. But last week I said that, you know, I was so ready to come back and that I had so many videos that I was just like inspired to film, and then I didn't post on Friday, or like last Friday. I don't know, I have just been so busy and I haven't had dedication to film or edit, but I got some video ideas and now I'm really here for posting, hopefully for the next month of October. So with everything being said, let's jump into bearded dragon myths. I had a few comments saying like, when's a new bearded dragon video coming? So here we are. So let's jump into some of the myths that I'm going to debunk today. The first myth is bearded dragons get black bearded when they are changing color. A lot of people think kind of like a chameleon, and chameleons actually only change color to how they're feeling, or if they're trying to get more sun, so they turn darker when they are trying to get more sun, or they turn more dull and darker also if they are depressed or unhappy with something. So a lot of people assume bearded dragons are like this as well. The only time bearded dragons usually will get black bearded are if they're stressed or angry, or they are tending to glass surf. They get black bearded because they want to come out or leave their enclosure and go somewhere else, whether that's something stressing them in the enclosure or they're just bored. So that is realistically the only times I see Zeus get this. It's just mainly when they're stressed and nervous. Like if I bring Zeus outside or bring him to a new place, he gets nervous and tends to get black bearded. Otherwise, during breeding season, they can also get black bearded, mainly males. I don't think females actually can get black bearded. Now I need to kind of look that up. But for sure, males get black bearded a lot. They bob and get black bearded at everything during breeding season. Zeus does it all the time and it is so annoying. Here he is. Okay, so the next myth is that they smell. Bearded dragons themselves smell like pretty much nothing. They kind of just smell like a natural odor, like just how a human smells, like just a normal natural smell. Like they smell like something, but like it's like nothing. They smell like nothing, if that makes sense. But their poop smells terrible, and if you aren't on top of their enclosure cleanings daily or weekly, their enclosure does get really disgusting and smell terrible. So when they poop, please pick it up immediately. Zeus just recently pooped in his tank like a couple hours ago, and I haven't cleaned it yet, and it is terrible. So definitely daily maintenance, otherwise yes, they will begin to get smelly, and obviously their enclosure being smelly and them living in it 24/7, or at least, you know, 20 hours a day, unless you take them out or something like that, they are probably going to start smelling like their enclosure. So please, you need to keep daily maintenance, and as long as you're doing that and keeping everything clean, they shouldn't smell at all and you shouldn't have any issues with odor. The classic, don't handle him, don't kiss him, don't touch him because he'll give you salmonella. The only time a bearded dragon can give you salmonella is through their poop. So if you're like fingering it and touching it with no paper towel or anything, and then not washing your hands and like touching yourself and like, you know, wiping your face, which who does that? Literally no one on this earth. If you do, that's really weird. Please don't do that because you get salmonella, and that's just really not very hygienical. Next myth is bearded dragons are picky. This will completely depend on your bearded dragon. I have met some bearded dragons, like the two rescues I had last year. They ate literally anything. They were underfed, so they really needed to gain weight when I got them, so I think they were just really hungry. But I had them for over a month, and none of them refused any types of greens, any vegetables, any fruits, any bugs. They literally ate everything, and a lot of beardies are like that, and it's really great. Zeus is very not picky about bugs. He can be more picky. He's not necessarily picky about his salad, but he will refuse to eat it sometimes. But yeah, so he doesn't consistently eat his salad, but he just goes for it when he's hungry. So I just offer it, you know, every day to every other day, and that works for him. So he is a bit pickier with his salads, but yeah, if you are having trouble with your bearded dragon, I did make a bearded dragon video for helping bearded dragons that are picky eaters, because I have dealt with Zeus being very picky, but I know a lot of bearded dragons are, and also a lot that are not. So next is bearded dragons get very large. A lot of people that don't know anything about reptiles tend to call them iguanas. A lot of times bearded dragons and iguanas are mixed up, even though we all know iguanas are much larger than bearded dragons. My family has called him an iguana before, and then I just stare and I'm just like, oh, he's not, but They do not get that large. Bearded dragons will pretty much max out at 2 feet. I heard there was a breed called like a German giant, but I've also heard that that was completely like it completely ended that gene or bloodline. So I'm not really sure if that's really around, and some bearded dragons are just very large. Zeus is quite a large bearded dragon. He is about 23 inches long. He's almost 2 feet long, and a lot of bearded dragons reach about 20 inches. That kind of seems where most of them are. Females tend to stay a little bit smaller, but I have seen some large females. So yeah, I would say roughly 16 to 24 inches is about as big as they'll get, which seems really big, but once you get used to them, it's honestly like the perfect size, because not too small where you have to be like so careful handling them, but also small enough where it's not like something that could hurt you really bad if they did bite you or if they scratch you. As long as you're trimming their nails and tame them well, they shouldn't ever bite you. The next weirdest myth I could not read, I was so confused reading this, is bearded dragons need to be at least 2 feet up, like their tank like needs to be on a stand at least, because otherwise they'll get stressed being on the ground and not feel like they own the room. I have no idea where this myth started. I don't know what random person started this myth. They don't. Zeus is high up actually in the room. He is on the top floor of my reptile condo, but it doesn't matter. His tank was laying on the floor for 4 months when I got him, and then he went into this big tank behind me, which currently has a mattress pad over it, but he went in there, which is only a couple feet up, and he didn't have any mood change or anything like that. He wasn't depressed on the floor or anything like that, so that is a big myth. A lot of people haven't heard of it, but then the people that have heard of it are very strong believers in it, but it is not true. It is very not true. And the final myth is bearded dragons live 6 to 10 years. This is again partially true. Some bearded dragons can live, 8. I've seen a lot of very healthy beardies live to like 8 or 9 years and they just pass away from old age, but it is not uncommon for beardies to live up to 15 years old. So a lot of people, like if you do a quick Google search, they say 6 to 12 years or something like that on Google, 6 to 10 maybe, and then people just believe it. But Shannon Zoo is a great example on Instagram. She has 2 bearded dragons she's had for a very long time, and both of them are either like 13 or 14 years old, and they are still going very strong. So it kind of depends your bearded dragon, but just be very aware of that. So if they do pass that 10 age mark and they're still thriving, don't be like, oh my gosh, how are they still here? That's crazy. They can actually, I think the oldest beardie was like, what? It was at 18 or 20 or something like that, so they can live a very long time with very good care. And just because you have very good care and they do pass away like around 10 years old, that doesn't mean you have bad care by any means. It just kind of depends, the bearded dragon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Zeus really enjoyed it coming out with me to make this video. I'm going to go clean his poop, and yeah, that's that. Wish me luck. Have an amazing day. I am so sorry again for the horrible posting schedules lately. Ugh, I've been so bad. But I'm hoping to get better at it now that I'm getting used to school and just my whole routine. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to message me. All my social medias and things like that are linked in the description below. And if you want to support my Etsy shop and buy a sticker, I would truly appreciate it. I'm planning on making a few new designs and a beauty sticker in the future. So if you do have a beauty or are getting a beauty, you might want to look out for that. I'll see you guys next time. I love you so much. Stay awesome. Bye guys.